looking at the PulseChain ecosystem. So we have had a drop down over the last couple of days, but looks like maybe we've hit the bottom of that little drop, and still it hasn't been anywhere near a full retracement to where the lows had previously been. Basically, we have Pulse sitting at 4 zeros and a 4-1. Pulse X, we have at 4 zeros and 1085. It's kind of hovered right around there. Hex on a PulseChain is down to that 7.5 tenths of a penny. And eHex has really struggled on this dip. It's down just a touch below or right at that. I mean, it's right in that same range of 0.3 of a penny, basically. But we've seen this dip over the last few days. And it sucks so much. We might as well just start there as far as price performance, Ewok. Somebody commented this on one of our videos the other day, and I thought the same thing. It was on Friday because I was watching it as well. We had been pumping, if you can remember this far back, at the end of the week last week, and right when Pulse got to that 4 zeros and a 4.8, one of those key levels that we're seeing if it can blast through and get back up over that 50% off discount from the SAC rate, it just got bitch slapped basically back down from there, and people started selling again. Now we've still hung out in the same channel. It's not like a whole new pattern developed or anything like that. But yeah, just that very, very clear resistance. I bought a nice bag of hex, actual hex, on Friday, right at that 8.5, 10, basically another tenth of a penny than where we are right now, because I thought we were maybe going to smash through, because we have been talking about like this is the liftoff coming here, and I thought that was going to be it. Took one on the chin a little bit in the very, very short term, whatever, it's like a 12% dip, but anyway, and I staked it out too, so whatever. But yeah, what do you think about this? Like we still have resistance at that level. How many more times are we going to go up and touch it, and is it going to be even further resistance, do you think, or are we going to smash through that level here?
Well, it depends. It depends on how many sellers that are just anxious to get out. As we noticed, I think one of the big sell the other day was from one or two wallets. I'm not seeing it on this chart for some reason, but either way, one of the big sells was from one big wallet. They dumped several billion in one shot, and it got eaten up pretty good. It didn't drop too far, surprisingly. But it's that time of year. Like I said, you're unfortunately, now's the time you want to be DCAing, but you could potentially, be somebody's exit liquidity because they want out. So until we wash some of these guys out or get enough big buyers where they say, oh, hang on, I may not want to sell quite yet. That's kind of the breaking point that we're waiting for. So we're getting there. It's close. But it's going to chop around like this for another month or two, hopefully 2 steps forward, maybe 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And before you know it, it'll slowly stair step, and people will get left behind and be like, oh shit, I wish I would have bought whenever it was whatever, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where we're at, and it's going to be kind of boring here for a little bit, but DCA.
Yeah, and in terms of the liquidated thing, I mean, it's really on such a short time frame anyway. Like I said, I mean, I bought basically right at that key level where I thought we were about to blast through, and then it came back down a little bit. So, I mean, as long as we stay kind of in this channel and over Pulse at the quad zeros and a 4, I mean, that is a move up from where we had been previously. The all-time low was the 4 zeros and a 3.3 or something. But you can see, just looking at the chart right there, I mean, we have constantly since I can't see the date there. Like, basically mid-September or right at the beginning of September, we've kind of just had stair steps here, and you can see it. And now we've got a green candle. That's the daily.
It's slow, and it's Yeah, this is the daily, and this back here was that day you were talking about where it was September or August 26th, and from there, you go up a little bit and you pull back, but it's a little bit higher, and you go up a little bit and you pull back and a little bit higher. So hopefully, you keep seeing these slightly higher lows, and it's slowly the little bit of higher highs. And like I said, before you know it, you're up to 0.005, and then you're taking off again, and maybe pull back to this level in here, the 4.5, 4.6 area, and it goes up again. So yeah, it's part of the cycle that we're going to see. But again, you're you always run the risk of catching one of those where it pumps up a little bit right before it pulls back, and you end up being somebody's exit liquidity. Don't forget there's traders out there too. There's new products out there that are, buying your shorts and placing longs and shorts, and so pulling liquidity for some buys, and they'll put it back in to firm it up a little bit. There's a lot of people playing games, so you got to be aware of that as well.
Yeah, that chart is looking pretty good, though. I mean, that stair stepping up we've seen since the 26th, like you said. And again, Ewok, we mentioned this last week, but I mean, that, when you zoom out even further on that, you obviously see the huge red candle on July 31st. There's not a lot of space in between there because it was such a precipitous drop off. So, yeah,
Right.
You're right. I mean, if we get close up over that 4 zeros and a 5 and then start taking off after that, I mean, yeah, there's not a lot of room there. So it doesn't mean like necessarily have to ape in right now, but I do believe that maybe particularly this month, but this quarter overall, which again is a long time frame, even for crypto, 3 months. I mean, I personally am trying to DCA as heavily as possible right now.